Hey everybody, Soda Hunter here, and I'm going to do something different. I'm not going to taste the soda. I'm just going to keep drinking what I just made a video of, Bertie and Bill's Bananas Foster. So if you're watching this and you see me drinking, what the heck am I drinking? Look at my past video. You'll see. Actually, scratch that. It won't be a past video. I'm doing this right here, but I'm dumb, and this video won't come out for another week. So what the heck am I drinking? It's banana soda. A Bertie and Bill's. This is old packaging. Begley's and Bill's. They went through a name change. It's a Bertie and Bill's Bananas Foster no sugar soda, and it's very good. Look for the video there. How about that? Look for the video on that later on. I'm gonna do something different right now that I might not ever do again, but I feel led to, just because I went and saw this really good movie this weekend with my dad, and it's called Guardians of the Galaxy. And I know there's a lot of reviews already up and stuff like that, but I figure I'd give my take. What the heck? I've done chips on here instead of sodas. Why not do a movie? I drank a soda while I watched the movie. What the heck? I'm not going to give away too many spoilers on stuff. I'm just going to give my impressions of what I thought about it. And pretty much, best Marvel movie so far, and that is no exaggeration. I really like the Avengers. I liked Iron Man. I liked the Avengers. The new Captain America was really good. There were parts in the first Captain America I really liked. I really enjoyed how the guy jumped on that grenade to save his friends, and or to save his fellow soldiers when he thought it was a live grenade and it turned out to be a dummy grenade, and it proved Tommy Lee Jones completely wrong about his character and stuff. I love that part about it. There's parts of it I really liked, and then a lot of parts I didn't like about it. Iron Man 2, again, parts I liked, parts I didn't like. Iron Man 3, I was actually okay with Iron Man 3 pretty much all the way through. A lot of people said it gave him the Disney touch when there was some kid helping Iron Man out in the middle of it. And I understand. All of a sudden, Marvel got bought out by Disney, or they merged or something. They got bought out. What are we kidding ourselves? Marvel got completely bought out by Disney, or Marvel Films, Marvel Studios, whatever. And all of a sudden, their first movie in, Iron Man's needing help from a kid. Yeah, I see where people think that's a Disney thing. Look at the new Captain America. That thing was so violent. There was no Disney in that whatsoever. There's nothing Disney in the new Captain America. It's borderline R-rated. It's so violent. And you just don't see blood. You see people get shot at point-blank range over and over and over. And I was uncomfortable watching that movie, knowing that there were kids in the front row of in that movie theater. And it's so violent. But it's good. It's a really good movie. This one is another one of those that, if you bring your 5-year-old, it might be a little rough for him. The new way of doing PG-13 is so different from when I was growing up. This movie today would be rated R in my childhood, in the mid-90s. This movie would be rated R today. It's way too violent. Get an 8, 9, 10, 12-year-old, they'll love it. Cursing, of course, but they actually made this one a little more raunchier than most other Marvel movies as far as the cursing goes. It was a little bit of innuendo of some things. There was a mention of a black light in the ship and stuff like that. Look, it's funny. This, full disclosure, this movie is funny from front to end. Well, not going to spoil it. Not quite beginning to the end. It's completely funny all the way through, and you will be laughing until you're crying in this movie for the most part. The raccoon is hilarious. That raccoon in this movie had the chance to either sink the movie or shoot it way up here, and he shot it way up there. He is such a good character, and his counterpart Groot is also funny, so he's got his moments, and but he's got a lot of heart, and you really get the connection between them two, especially towards the end of it. And then you have the main character, Star-Lord, Quell, I think is his name. And forgive me, there's another character, I don't know her name. I don't know the name of her character. I'm not a Guardians of the Galaxy fan. I don't even really read the comics. I don't really read comics, truthfully. I try, but I don't. Oh well. Take nerd points away from me, whatever, I don't care. But I love the movie. And you do not need to know anything about these comics to enjoy this movie. As you can see, opening weekend, what did it do? 160 million? Guardians of the Galaxy did 160 million opening weekend? That's insane. I don't think anybody expected that. And, I mean, because I know going into it, I was like, I don't think I want to see this. Even up to, like, 5 days ago, I was like, I don't want to see this movie. I'll wait on the Blu-ray. It's not worth going to the theater to watch it. And then I started reading reviews on it. And I saw the critics were actually giving this. The critics had this thing, last time I checked, was a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. What movies from critics get 92% on Rotten Tomatoes? This movie's incredible. It really is. It doesn't take itself too seriously. The minute you think it's going to take itself too seriously, boom, there's an alien. And you're like, okay, emotion. Now we're in Star Wars territory. Star Wars is the perfect analogy for this movie. This movie is New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. It has that feel to it. It takes itself, it puts itself in this world that it created, and it fits perfect in that world as long as it doesn't take itself too serious. It doesn't go overboard like Return of the Jedi and the new trilogy does. Well, overboard, I say Revenge of the Sith, probably episode 3, it probably took itself a little too serious. It kind of needed to be serious, but it wasn't quite done correctly. It was good. It was okay, but it could have been done better. Attack of the Clones was just silly, and the first one, episode 1, Phantom Menace, was so overboard silly. And the best Star Wars movies are episode 4 and episode 5, New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. This movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, has a New Hope and Empire Strikes Back feel to it. You got your Han Solo character, you got your Chewbacca character, you have your Leia character, you have all these things about it. And then there's like this big star battle at the end of it, this big battle right in the atmosphere of space and stuff like that. And it's so good. It's all done so well. Visually, it looks amazing. I didn't see it in 3D just because my local theater's 3D is kind of, I'd rather, if I'm going to see it in 3D, I'm going to go off to a better theater and see it. And this was just kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing. I just invited my dad, hey, you want to come see this? It's 12:50 showing in the afternoon. Ain't going to be a lot of people there, so might as well go see it, right? Yeah. We enjoyed the mess out of it. We laughed all the way through it. The soundtrack, I know people have said it, the soundtrack is awesome. I don't personally listen to too many of those songs, but it's this 70s pop soul rock songs, and Lord, Ooga Chaka is playing in this movie. You got aliens putting on Walkman and headphones from a Walkman with a cassette tape playing Hooked on a Feeling. It's awesome. There's no way to describe it other than awesome. Highly recommend it. Like I said, it is the best Marvel movie, and that's saying a lot because I loved Avengers. Avengers was always my favorite. This one blows Avengers out of the water as far as the action, the story with it. It's kind of typical what you get. Bad guy has something, or bad guy wants something good guys have, and then a bunch of fighting and stuff. It's typical what you expect, but it's told in a way that you understand. You know exactly what's happening. You know the points on where to get where you need to go to have all this happen. You get all that. You get the battles. You understand what you're seeing, and on top of that, it's hilarious. The raccoon and Batista. I didn't even talk about Batista. Batista does so good in this movie. You look at him, it's like, oh, okay, he's just this big, strong guy that's going to be stupid. He's far from it. He's complex. He's got a lot of character development in this movie. And maybe not so much development from that. I think they all develop in their own ways. And but how about this? A history. The Batista character has a history in this movie. And I mean, who knew? He has this thing about metaphors in this movie, and he can't take metaphors. He doesn't understand them. When somebody gives him a metaphor, it goes, and that's even a joke in the movie. And I'm not gonna give it away. It's so funny, and his delivery on them, and his cold, dead stare delivery, it's awesome, you know. And if you haven't seen it yet, I can't imagine you haven't, considering it made $160 million opening weekend. That's insane. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's well worth it. You're gonna love it, laugh all the way through it. You know, if you like the superhero stuff, that's good. If you like comedies, that's good. If you like star battles, like Star Trek, Star Wars, these space type movies, go see it because of that. It goes from planet to space Providence to planet. It has all these different elements of all these different types of movies, and it just smashes them all into one. And I'm talking like Nick Saban with my hand movements. I've noticed I'm doing that. I tried to keep them down, but I'm still talking like Nick Saban, and it's all going to be wrapped up into one big, great movie. So, anyway, just rambling now. So I'm just going to end it by saying, go see Guardians of the Galaxy. Is well worth your money, well worth your ticket money. You're not going to be disappointed. I'm going to end up buying this thing on 3D Blu-ray when it comes out, because I've heard the 3D is really good in it. So I recommend that if you can. And get a Bananas Foster while you're at it. Good soda. So until next time, happy hunting.